My name is Eloise Middleton. I'm from Orange High School and the title of my performance is Hold On. I chose dance as a HSC subject because I love to dance. It's always been a passion of mine and I just thought it would be a subject I would really enjoy. My performance is a lyrical dance. It covers lots of steps, it's very emotional. So after the choreography was learnt, we went back to our teacher. She would help us change and manipulate whatever we needed to suit our body best. That way when we got to the exam, we knew our dance, we knew what we could do and how well we could do it. So in the early stages of the core performance, we sort of researched the song to gather what it was about, how we could connect personally to that, and how we could connect our steps and the movement to convey a concept. I think it's important to consider how you can do the movement yourself, how you make it your own, and how you can showcase the best of your ability. So I made my core performance different by channeling how I would do the moves personally and how I would then evoke the emotion from the audience by using my body to move through the space while also conveying the concept. So a challenge I think I personally had was making the choreography suit my body. Obviously the dance was choreographed for our whole class, so making it your own was definitely a challenge because I wanted to showcase what I could do while also keeping it the same choreography as what my teacher gave me. Understanding your own body's limitations is definitely a big part of dancing, especially for me. I've had many injuries, so knowing what my body can and can't do before it reaches its limit is very big, especially in the HSC. You've got a year of full-on dancing, so you need to be able to know what your body can do so you don't push yourself and then eventually injure yourself and not be able to perform your best. So during my piece, I had to adapt a few of the moves to suit my body's ability. So I improved how I did certain movements and changed the way I did them just so I knew I wouldn't hurt myself. Feedback was very important during my core performance. I would be going back to my teacher throughout the lesson to critique how I was doing the movement just so I could do the best to my ability. I practiced my core performance every single week, every lesson we could, trying to go full out so I would have the stamina to be able to do it in the exam. In the syllabus, there's a lot of components of dance. In the core performance dance, my teacher tried to showcase all of the elements of dance so that we had enough to show the examiners when we were in the exam. I was able to showcase my stronger skills as my teacher gave us a section in the dance where we could come up with our own choreography to be able to showcase what we were best at. The easiest elements of dance to portray would be your turns, your leaps, all of the main steps you would usually do in a dance. A few challenges I had between the trials and then the final HSC exam was an injury for me. I didn't actually sit my trials. I had to do those at a later time because I was actually out from dancing. So I had to overcome the injury to be able to come back and do the final HSC exam. So during the trial period where I wasn't dancing, I just had to keep running over the dance in my head, making sure it was still fresh. That way when I got to the HSC, I was ready to go. So all of the theory that we had learnt throughout year 11 and 12 definitely came into play when we were learning the core performance. Obviously you have your safe dance practice, you're thinking of all the elements of dance while you're dancing to keep yourself safe while also doing the moves correctly with the right technique. So definitely theory helps a lot when you're actually performing. In the interview, they ask you about a phrase. Usually they'll pick an element of dance and then you'd go into that phrase and you'd talk through all of the theory work that goes in that phrase. You talk from top to bottom what your body's doing so they understand that you know how your body's moving, how you're doing it safely and with the correct technique. When preparing for the interview, definitely understand all of your syllabus dot points so that you know what your body's doing in all of the elements of dance. That way when they choose a phrase to talk about, you know what your body's doing from head to toe. That way you can explain it, how you're using safe dance practice and the correct technique. When you're preparing, definitely keep practicing. Practicing is the main thing you need to do. Know your syllabus, that way you can always be looking back at it, making sure you're not doing it with correct technique, safe dance practice, and don't be afraid to reach out to your teacher to help. My advice would be prioritizing your body and knowing where your limits are so that you don't overgo your boundaries and you can do the best you can during your exams.